Good morning, guys. It's Ian from OSBFX. It is Tuesday, the 30th of November 2021. It's 8:27 in the morning in the UK. I've just executed a New Zealand against Swiss franc long trade. I want to explain in this video why I've come to that conclusion. It's mainly based around correlation. I use correlation a lot. So basically what I'm looking for New Zealand single currency and crosses to tell me that the New Zealand dollar has scope to go to the upside. I also then want to look at the single Swiss franc and the Swiss franc crosses for Swiss franc to confirm it's got scope to move to the downside. So let's get to the charts. Let's get to the single currencies first. So here is a list of the single currencies. I'm only going to go to New Zealand dollar and the Swiss franc this morning because if I don't, we'll probably run out of time. So the Swiss franc, we were looking at this yesterday. This was a perfect butterfly formation. We got a reaction to the downside, but we've only gone up and we've hit this 261.8% fib. So these butterfly formations are sometimes quite good to trade because even if you're wrong, there's potential to move to the upside. And in our last video, I talked about correlation with the Swiss franc and the fact that although dollar Swiss had hit a support level, the other Swiss crosses had scope to move further, with Swiss moving further to the upside. So this actually looks prime at 261.8%. And if we go to the Swiss crosses, here I've got a list of all my different currency packages, if you like. So I'm going to go to Swiss, going to go to dollar Swiss. So here, these dotted black lines are my bespoke support and resistance levels. So even if we make a break or a slight breakthrough, then this will still form a pattern. So it's offering a bullish bias, but on hindsight, I don't think this is the best trade to pair at the Swiss pair or cross to trade at the moment. Euro Swiss, we're seeing a correction higher. Big picture is still negative, and that bodes very badly for the euro as far as I'm concerned. Sterling Swiss, we've got this dotted red line. What does that mean? I put these across multiple time frames when I see an area that is relevant. So this dotted red line is a support level for a BC leg of a larger bat formation. So already we've got dollar Swiss, we've got euro sterling Swiss that have hit their support levels and they're starting to move to the upside. I'm not going to go to New Zealand Swiss yet. Aussie Swiss, again, this is a difficult one. We've got a pattern here. Okay, so as long as this dip doesn't go through this swing low, then we're potentially in this CD leg higher. And 88.6%, which it reacted from yesterday, is a common pullback for a BC leg. So again, a bias to the upside, but only quite mild. CAD Swiss here, again, the dotted red line showing that we've got the potential to move to the upside to form this BC leg before we dive lower to make the butterfly formation. And again, these are quite good patterns or areas to try and get long because 78.6% is a relevant area. So if you've gone long at the dotted red line, it doesn't hold, you know that your stop is placed just below the 78.6% level. And then Swiss yen, somebody asked about this yesterday and I said, well, this is a really important support, but this is also an important resistance. So we've seen that Swiss has been sold into at this level. So that has given me a bias still to sell the Swiss franc. Going back to single currencies, New Zealand dollar, again a dotted red line, okay, to make to make a butterfly formation. So basically playing this leg to the upside. So the single currency Swiss franc is bearish with the crosses confirming. The New Zealand dollar looks bullish, but have I got the crosses confirming? So that I then go back to New Zealand and let's go through all the different currency pairs. So here again, a dotted red line. Where's it from? Well, it's from the weekly chart. So this dotted red line, if it holds, makes this formation. So again, this is offering me a bullish bias in New Zealand for this leg up in the BC leg. Euro New Zealand got a dotted red line. Where's that from? That's from here. So if I pull this lower to this dotted red line, you can see that this then makes a crab formation. Sterling New Zealand 88.6. Now 88.6 is a common retracement for a BC leg, so quite happy with that one. New Zealand Swiss we're not going to get into yet because that's our tradable product. New Zealand yen. Now we've got a dotted red line here. We've seemed to be moving higher from it already. Haven't really got anything in yen crosses, but even if we move a bit lower, we've got 78.6%. So we've got a support zone a bit further down. New Zealand CAD. Here we've made a perfect bat formation and we're moving to the upside. Aussie New Zealand, last one, we've made a perfect butterfly formation and we're moving to the downside. So not only do we have New Zealand at a support level, but we also have all the New Zealand crosses and majors pointing to higher New Zealand. So then we look at New Zealand Swiss. New Zealand Swiss, if we go to this chart, dotted red line, we've got a perfect butterfly formation. If I go to this chart, this is giving me my target to move higher in the CD leg to complete this, and remember the dotted red line. And if I go to the monthly chart, that then lines up with 78.6%, which confirms the completion of that leg, and then we should be looking for lower levels. So just to reiterate what I'm looking at, I'm looking at correlation, I'm looking at confluence, I'm looking at different products confirming the strength or weakness of a single product, i.e. New Zealand dollar being the strengthening currency, hopefully, and the Swiss franc being the weakening currency, and the different crosses confirming the bias on both of those single currencies. And I've been able to get long this morning at 62.7. Let's call it 62.63. I'm targeting 68.78, and I've got a stop at 62.24, and that's a calculated stop from a DMARC 9 level, and that makes about 9 to 1 with regards to a risk reward trade set up this morning. Okay guys, I hope that makes sense. Please come and join us in our group. It's free, OSBFX on Telegram. I'll post the link after this video. Many thanks and good luck.